Coming out is a series of doors we never stop opening. It's a long journey and a long battle between like love and body. My name is Candice Wing. I am first generation Vietnamese. I am a trans woman and I work at Fenway Health. I'm the clinical coordinator at Fenway Health, and what we do is we provide at no cost STD testing for marginalized groups, especially for folks who identify as men who have sex with other men, trans folks, and their sexual partners. I'm 28 now, so I didn't transition until I was 25. I always think that I started too late in the game, but I don't know if I would have been mentally strong enough to transition at like 18 or not even having the proper access to hormone treatment. Growing up as a queer and Asian young person wasn't easy. I kind of just like took in the pain, endured the pain, and then kind of just like shut myself out in the world. You just have like a lot of anxiety. You have a lot of like, I'm ready to do this. But the fact that you have to wait to do that, that's painful to have to wait.
To think that I was all ready to have this facial surgery and then have the rug pulled out from under me was devastating. It's terrible. I'm Ricky Bates. I'm a trans woman. I was really hoping that I'd have it all done before I reached 60 years old, but I'm 67 and I've still got a bunch more surgeries to go. But the goal is about to get reached. Here I am. Here I am with my first drum set. I was in heaven. It's the first time I was sitting down at this little toy drum kit, and I hold the drumsticks exactly the same way. I think it was before I was in kindergarten. When I started to know that I was different, what was going on inside of me, I felt like I really needed to keep it hidden. I just couldn't let anybody know. Kept it a secret for decades. I knew I wanted to have the surgeries back when I first found out that there was such a surgery. For me, it was in the 1970s, but there was no way to access it. It was expensive, and you knew that insurance just wasn't going to cover it. So I just kind of gave up on the thought of having it. The period between when I came out in 1990 and before I had my surgery, I felt paralyzed a lot and just felt like I wanted to die. I wouldn't say I would have gone as far as to commit suicide, but I didn't really want to live either.
Lack of access to healthcare can increase or cause depression, anxiety, PTSD, can cause folks to lose hope. My name is Annie Crossman. I'm an outpatient psychotherapist at Fenway Community Health Center, and I use they, them pronouns and identify as genderqueer. The change that I see in patients who are experiencing gender affirmation, it's a complete 180. I can barely describe how meaningful it is for folks just for somebody to use the correct pronoun. It like lights up somebody's whole face. It's immeasurable how much that matters, that gender affirming treatment.
Often, like in the beginning, the first few months, I would compare myself to every single trans woman that I seen. And I was like, they're so beautiful. Every day I would just be waking up, looking at myself in the mirror, and it's like, I'm not happy with myself. I'm not happy with the body that I am. And especially in the beginning stages, you're not gonna be like the beautiful swan that you imagine. You still have to go through that process of growing into your looks. You gotta trust the process. Day by day, you might not see it, but when you start looking at these pictures that you take, you're like, wow, I'm finally beautiful. Like, I'm finally like what I've always wanted to be. I definitely feel like much happier and more confident. I feel that I can walk down the street and just hold my head up high for once. I can be any kind of woman that I want.
I'd been so depressed for so many years. I tried all kinds of antidepressants and nothing would work for decades, for decades. Once I had that first bottom surgery, it was like this huge weight lifted off of me and I felt great. Just having the surgery and how it made my body feel was a huge relief. It was a huge relief. As rough as the surgery is, it's just transient. It's just that way for a very, very short time. And it's really worth going through for me. Boy, I'm psyched. I think it's going to be the best years of my life. I just can't wait. Might as well just get those surgeries out of the way. And then when I'm finally recovered from that, we'll be ready to rock. My whole journey has been one of making myself comfortable with myself. On the way, it's turned friends off and it's done a lot of bad things in that regard. But I wouldn't have had it any other way because it's the only path towards me being able to love myself, which isn't easy if you're transgender. I don't give up. I'm a fighter.
The process of waiting to fully be yourself or to be able to live freely is a painful time for anyone. There are a lot of trans people out there who are not in a safe environment to even come out. Just know that like we see you, like we accept you. You're just simply mighty for just being yourself.